All right.
What you got there?
Little dribble. I missed my bottom lip.
Yeah, I got one of those too every once in a while.
What's up, everybody? Derek and Keenan coming back at you with Test the Algorithm. I found some TikTok videos we're going to go through today. Kind of weird. Some of them are creepy. I found them interesting, so we'll go through some of these. I know for a fact he hasn't seen any of these, so this should be fun.
Yeah, episode number 8, the Ocho.
Ocho, number 8.
Kind of like Dodgeball,
Right.
Ben Stiller.
Right.
He's one of my favorite actors.
I feel like we've been doing this for a while. It's weird saying only number 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's fun, having a good time.
Absolutely.
So you ready for these? These are going to be, watch.
I'm
These
ready.
Some of these are fun. Some of these are crazy. Some of these are weird. We're going to have a good time with it. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm not about to sign for this dog, bro. This is not Buttercup. This is false advertising. Y'all better send this back.
I mean, he was hungry.
Does that look like a mean dog, man? Wow. It's like the Hannibal Lecter of dogs. You see that guy?
You know, remember the movie Sandlot when the ball goes over the fence?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine that dog?
What was that dog's name? Beast?
Beast,
Beast.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather go up against Beast versus that one.
Oh, big time.
You know what? The ball just stays over there.
You know what's weird? That's like that plastic dog kennel. You see how much rope they had tied around it because they knew that dude was going to chop through. That's like Michael Vick's like star dog right there, dude. That is a mean looking dog.
Speaking of Michael Vick,
one of the fastest quarterbacks ever.
He would have been the best, in my opinion. Yes, I know Brady has all the rings, and he will ultimately be the best quarterback ever just because of the rings. But statistically, I think Michael Vick would have been the best quarterback to ever play the game. He could throw, he could run, he had the smarts.
He was fast.
Yes. I mean, on average, he had more rushing yards than his running back.
Right.
I mean...
He's had games that he had more rushing yards than he had throwing yards.
Yeah.
I just had this conversation with my stepdad last night. We were talking about football because the Niners made it into the Super Bowl or whatever. And I was asking him, like, what's the best quarterback ever in your opinion? He said Tom Brady. Of course, it's Tom Brady.
You know, it is. I mean, so I'm from Indiana, so I'm a huge Colts fan. Manning. So Peyton Manning, absolutely. So we always loved to hate the Patriots.
But, everybody does.
Boy, I mean, I would still pick Peyton Manning in terms of audible calls at the line.
Omaha.
But exactly. And I love how he got sponsored by the insurance company Omaha. That was fantastic.
What about Omaha Steaks? Did he get Omaha Steaks?
I don't know.
Should have.
Absolutely.
Have you ever ordered those Omaha Steaks? I like them. Yeah. It's a good deal.
I've used the code Bob and Tom.
BTS?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. I send it. It's a great gift. I send them. My parents are in Idaho, so I send them like a crate of meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mom loves those apple tartlets, and they're like
so good
because she's a vegetarian. But my stepdad, dude, he gets all happy. I send him just a trunk of meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So good.
All right. This one right here, this guy doesn't speak English, but check these next two out, dude. This is going to blow your mind.
One of my clients, one of my patients, is a producer in Hollywood.
Kriegte vor 2 Jahren einen Auftrag von Disney.
2 years ago, he received a task from Disney.
Alle alten Disney-Movies zu überarbeiten.
To go over and edit all the old Disney movies.
In den Himmel diese Streifen einzubauen.
To put into the scenes of the sky these stripes.
So, when people see a Disney-Movie
also
today,
wenn dann die Leute einen Disney-Film schauen heutzutage.
Und sagen, well, Klinghardt, du sagst, Klinghardt, dass diese Streifenbildung erst in den letzten Jahren so schlimm geworden ist.
And then, for example, people say today, well, Klinghardt, you're talking about these stripes being formed on the sky today, only as of late.
Dann sagen sie, hier ist ein Film von 1954, guck dir den Himmel an.
Then they will say,
der hat die gleichen Streifen drin.
Look at this movie here from 1954. There are the same stripes at the sky.
Die Streifen sind ein natürliches Phänomen.
That then convinced people that the stripes are a natural phenomenon.
Mein Patient hatte für 60 Millionen Dollar bekommen.
My patient received for this job $60 million.
Oh, interesting.
That's a CYA move right there. Cover your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 4D chess conspiracy theory. Hey, look at this Disney movie from 1952. Oh, look, the same stripes are in the sky. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is all chemtrails. That's all chemtrail stuff right there, which, everybody's like, there's no such thing as chemtrails or contrails or whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
dude, like the government's already came out with stuff saying, yes, we have sprayed. They've done it.
Mhm.
I think there's a
Sure.
few states that just passed a law. Not all 50 states, but like Illinois or so. Like there's some states I was reading that passed a law that says the government can't spray nothing in the sky anymore. And the government has admitted to spraying stuff in the
Spraying
sky,
stuff, yeah.
cloud seeding and whatnot.
Right. Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
everybody will call you crazy if you talk about
Yeah.
chemtrails. But that's kind of funny right there,
That
right?
is.
Okay, now watch this next one. You ready?
Ready.
Because it's on the same vein.
Come out for breakfast. Look at the state of that. Look at that. More that way.
Well, first and foremost, that air traffic controller is going to get fired.
See that grid pattern like
yeah,
that? Look, that looks
exact-
like a glitch in the firmament, dude.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. Let's just say that that's not a conspiracy theorist right there. But yeah, that air traffic controller, he or she's getting fired.
Right.
Way too close.
All of them.
But
That's a perfect grid pattern.
it
Like
was.
no planes fly like that
No.
naturally.
No.
What are you spraying up there?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is on the vein of AI. This
Okay.
stuff terrifies me. This is a scary movie
It's-
for me. Freddy Krueger, I laugh at those movies, right? Ex Machina and all these like Megan or whatever came
Mhm.
out,
Oh,
like those
yeah.
movies
Yeah.
terrify me.
Yeah.
Here's an
That
AI.
movie was fucking weird.
Oh, it's bad. It's
And that's
Ex Machina is the most scary movie I've ever watched in my whole life. And then that Megan one came out, kind of a newer version of Ex Machina, basically. And when that little robot's doing her little fang dancing, dude, before she does somersaults and comes over and
Mhm.
stabs you, oh, terrifying, dude.
sociopath.
Cyberdyne systems, dude. They made move. This is Terminator. All right,
Exactly.
check this out. You ready?
Do you think what are human beings going to be best at in a world of AI?
Well, I don't know. When do you think we're going to have our first WEF panel moderated by an AI? I've been sitting on this stage for a lot of years. I'm always looking down at someone. Got a great moderator right here with you. But maybe it's not that far along. Maybe pretty soon, a couple years, we're going to have a WEF digital moderator sitting in that chair, moderating this panel, and maybe doing a pretty good job because it's going to have access to a lot of the information that we have. Now, I think that it's going to evoke the question of, are we going to trust it? I think that trust kind of comes up right up the hierarchy pretty darn quick. We're going to have digital doctors, digital people. These digital people are going to emerge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, technology is fantastic. I mean, we're able to do so much and so many innovations, even over the last 20 years, curing just cancer after cancer after cancer with technology, and us being able to FaceTime and all of that. I mean, family in different states or friends, different countries, but
Instantly.
exactly. This scares me.
Oh,
And I know it's
robot doctors? What happens if the power goes out in the middle of a surgery?
Sure.
What happens if that thing glitches out, dude, when it's doing heart surgery on you? See, I don't like that. It has to have a human touch. You know what I mean? And by the way, if you guys watch that video right there, I'm not a doctor or nothing, but that guy that's saying, when are we going to have that guy that they were talking to? Look at his eyes. He's got freaking great white shark eyes, dude. That guy's a sociopath. Of course he is. He's the one creating these monsters that's going to take over mankind. He's got shark eyes. Don't ever trust people that have eyeballs like that. Matter of fact, watch Mark Zuckerberg a couple days ago in front of Congress, dude, getting grilled by everybody.
Oh, that's
He has
right.
shark eyes, great white shark eyes. Never trust people that have eyes that look like his. He has no whites. It's all pupil. He might be an alien, dude.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody like that, dude.
The movie iRobot with Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just, I mean, just crazy,
Right,
and scary.
right.
That, I mean, we can make something that's good, and anybody would be able to make it bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's technology's gonna be. I mean, AI. I mean, if we could have true AI surgeons and all of that, think of all the surgeons that we can have, surgeries that we can have going on at once
Mm-hmm.
for the good.
Right.
But it takes that one person to turn it bad.
Oh, everything is always like that. That's
Yeah.
We live in dualities. You have to have good to know bad. You have to have up to know down. So anything that's ever invented, aluminum, computers, anything, dude, can be used for good or bad. You can take wood and make a table that you can have dinner with your family on. You can also take a piece of wood, make a baseball bat on it, and
Sure.
beat someone to death with it.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean? There's
Absolutely.
good and bad in everything that there ever is,
Yep.
ever created.
It's the user that makes it good or bad.
Right.
It's not the
But you
the
have to
tool or
really
product.
trust the programmers, and I don't trust hardly anybody, dude. So you have to trust the people programming the AI with all their thoughts, beliefs, and everything else.
Mhm.
So now you have to not only trust the AI, you have to trust the people that program the AI.
Exactly.
And trust me, I don't trust them. Trust me, I don't trust. I said trust a lot right there.
Well,
My
I mean,
bad.
it takes just 1 or 2 lines of code.
Right.
That's it. Off of millions and millions and millions of lines of code, 1 or 2 lines of code, done.
All right, this next one, CERN. Remember me going off about CERN in the parking lot the other day? Okay,
Yes.
check this one out. I like this guy too. Is his last name Graham, Billy Graham or something? I like this guy, but check this out.
Well, CERN, in my opinion, is researching and learning about technologies that already existed. Again, we're just rediscovering everything. When you go to CERN, right outside the front door is this gigantic picture of this Indian god that is standing inside of a portal.
I mean, what do you think they're doing with these mini black holes that you think that they're creating?
People were trying to stop them from doing it, but they just kept working anyway. They didn't care. They are just, in my opinion, learning about these creation of portals, learning how to create stable wormholes, just all experimenting, just trying to figure out what type of energy can we inject into one of these holes that will stabilize it, maybe even expand it. Where do they lead? Where do they go? Like when we go through them, where will we end?
Now that's Project CERN. That is in Switzerland. That is the Large Hadron Collider I was telling you about. That they are spinning particles right under the speed of light, colliding them together to find the God particle. Isn't it weird that people like scientists like these fuckers right here, they'll sit there and they don't call it anything else. They say we're looking for the God particle.
Right.
They try to disprove it, but literally it's in the name. You know what I mean? And by the way, that statue right there in the beginning when you walk into CERN, that's Shiva, the female male god of destruction. That's who that is, and that's their logo in the front.
Pick a different logo.
By the way, what scientists say, I'm going to be quick on this, but by the way, what scientists say is that a black hole the size of the tip of a pin can suck the whole universe into it. It only takes a black hole that big. And what they're doing when they're colliding these particles to find the God particle, they're creating, like he said, mini black holes. And what scientists have said is that one the size of the head of a pin can suck the whole universe into it. What are these fuckers doing that for? Why are you playing with stuff you have no idea about?
Exactly.
Just like Wuhan and everything. Why are you doing testing and making diseases more deadly? You fucking losers. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's CERN. Here's another one. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
This one's creepy too. You ready?
Is referred to as the old world. And the power structure of the old world was referred to as the old world order. I mean, the old Romanov dynasties, the Rothschilds of England, the banking dynasties throughout Europe, and the whole power structure of what we call Europe was the European old world order, and it dominated the world for almost 1,600 years. Europe has dominated the world. But with the coming of America, or Christo Columbia, the founding of America, we now are in what we call the New World. Consequently, there is a New World power structure in Western civilization and centered in America. And so that's what George Bush is talking about. A New World Order is a New World fraternal order, because the word in the dictionary means a fraternal or knightly order, like the Masonic order, a lodge. And so what we're talking about, New World Order, is a power structure centered in the New World.
You remember that when George Bush got up saying, the first Bush, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, a new world order and whatnot. See, that's all satanic. That's all Freemasonry. That is the evildoer's master plan. You know what I mean? Kind of creepy, right? Check
Really,
this one out.
really
You ready
is.
for this one? Watch this, dude. I guarantee you've never seen this. Watch this one, guys. Queen of England.
We're looking at incredibly rare footage that the House of Windsor has attempted to censor. Just prior to her coronation as Queen of England, the Princess Elizabeth was initiated into the Welsh Druid Order. The Queen wore a green robe to signify her rank in the order, known as Vate or Ovate. The Vates had the role of seers, similar to the oracles of ancient Greece. It's very interesting to see these pictures because 99% of people out there assume the House of Windsor is a Christian royal family. This suggests otherwise.
I mean,
When I click that, that's the first time I've seen that footage too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the Druids are, like in the Bible, right? Yeah.
I mean, think of the millions and millions of people that have just had the wool pulled over their eyes.
I think that's the big thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, what is it? The England, Canada, and Australia is the monarchy, I think. That the Queen's family owns. I mean, she's no longer with us. But yeah, I mean, that's millions and millions and millions of people think otherwise.
Yeah, and what's his name on Epstein Island? Prince whatever on Epstein.
Andrew. I
Yeah,
think.
is that what?
Was
Dude,
it Andrew?
just like I said, that family's garbage, dude. This is all like long lineage lines of Satan. That's what it is, dude. It's absolute evil. You imagine the secrets they know that they won't let everybody know?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check this one out. Remember I was telling you about the Vatican the other day? I was listening to Eddie Bravo. We'll do another one. Check this out, dude. This chick kind of shows pictures and whatnot. Watch this one. The Vatican. Little fish hat Pope. Watch this.
You heard of the Pope's audience hall? It lies partially in Vatican City and partially in Rome. Have a look at the image below and compare its shape to the image of a snake beside it. Note the overall shape. Wide back, narrow, rounded front. Eyes in the middle, nostril at the front, and curved top. In the image above, there are 2 windows on either side of the building that resemble eyes. So let's have a look at both of them together now. All of a sudden, we begin to see things taking shape here. 2 reptilian eyes staring at you as you observe the stage. What do you notice down the center? Either side, 2 sharp pointed fangs. The building's roof and sides also resemble scales. Really pay attention to the whole building and stage layout next to the image of a snake. The eyes, the shape, the scales, the fangs.
That's the Vatican, dog.
That's the Vatican. Yep.
Why, when you're supposed to be the Vatican, the Pope, Christianity, all that stuff, right? Why would you ever make stuff look like a serpent? Why would you ever do that? Makes you think, right? One of the biggest landowners in the world, the Vatican. It's its own country. Can you imagine what they have in their catacombs of books and knowledge and everything else? Yeah, little fish hat wearing Pope. Don't trust him at all. Too much garbage with that, dude. Too much symbolism and everything else. And remember that video I showed you the other day? The Pope went out with the trans community. Remember I showed you that? So now you're the Pope that's supposed to be the figurehead of the Bible, right? And you're going to go have lunch with transgenders now? Now, you're supposed to be the Pope. You know what I mean? So it's weird. There's a lot of shady shit going on with the Pope, with the Vatican and everything else. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, the Vatican Girl on Netflix. Watch that. That's a trippy one too. You know, that documentary. But this one, these next 2 smart TVs. Check this out, dude. You're gonna like this. This is scary.
You watch your TV, but with this hack, your TV can watch you. Show us how that works.
So one of the things that we were able to do with the smart TV platform was actually abuse the browser to the extent that we could actually gain access to the camera that's built into the TV.
Right.
And so what we can prove here is that with a little bit of extra code, we can turn the camera on in your browser.
Wow.
And while this is evident to you right here because we've designed it that way, this is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
So what this means is I could be sitting here watching TV, from my bedroom, and you could be anywhere in the world looking at this image of me watching.
Yep, I could be sitting on a laptop in a cafe in Paris, and as long as I have a network connection, I'd be able to get into your TV and access the camera.
The kind of scary things about it is that it doesn't actually give any indication that the camera's on, and there's no little LED that shows up when the camera's on. So it could actually be watching you and you never even know.
What is a smart TV, and why is it a playground essentially for hackers?
Right. It's a computer. So instead of just being, a tube and some other electronics, now it has a web browser and it has, a lot of devices are running Linux.
But the real danger is when people start using smart TVs for things like online banking, we can take a popular bank address and translate that into a different IP address to a site that directs to a site that we control. So it may look like your bank's login, but you're actually entering a username and password that goes to us instead of your bank.
They're probably watching us on this camera right now.
Of course they. Given my job history and my current roles, anything that has access to the internet is hackable.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, it's way above what I can personally do and all of that. I mean, you can have firewall after firewall, but it takes one person to click something else that they're not supposed to, and a good hacker is going to be in. And it's scary to know that. I mean, anything with an internet connection,
right.
Anything with an internet connection is hackable.
Right. And this next one, see, that one was just like a newscast. He was showing like a news reporter what can be done. Here, check this one out. Ready? This one backs up the one before that. You ready?
When you're all alone watching TV in your living room, who's watching back? Sounds like something out of Black Mirror, right? Well, if you're unlucky enough to be targeted by the CIA, then it's very real. What I'm talking about is called Project Weeping Angel, and this comes from the Vault 7 WikiLeaks. Weeping Angel is a form of malware that infects TVs and turns them into remote listening devices that record your private conversations and send them back to the CIA for analysis. The malware is persistent, and it even works when your TV appears to be off. So if you've been affected, there's almost no way of knowing. Even though it's scary, I think this is just another thing that everyone should.
Yeah. Yep.
And by the way, Weeping Angel, it's real. You can look it up. You can Google search it, learn all about it. It's released things that they were doing, kind of like Mockingbird and all that. It's true.
And the algorithm, testing the algorithm, but they can throw an algorithm in for certain keywords in certain parts of the country or the world or a certain city or wherever. And whenever they hear that word or that phrase, they'll be able to pull the entire conversation and listen, whether you're talking to yourself, you're talking to the phone, you're talking to a group of people, they're going to be able to pull that at any given point.
Whoever's listening to me's got a shitty job because I've been talking crap to them every day my whole life, dude, since I can remember. So whoever's the man behind listening to me, I bet he goes home pissed, dude.
Our lives would be like, Jerry Springer and Maury put together.
Right.
And it's the episode of When Midgets Attack. And that's my life, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just imagine, dude, the guy sitting there listening. He's like, this motherfucker, dude, talking shit all day long. But you know what, dude? When you don't do nothing wrong, though, what are they going to do? Come and get me? Try to come and get me. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, we can segue a little bit. So Liberty Safe, about a year ago.
Great safes. Great safes.
I have one. And so about a year ago, they gave the combination to a safe of a known terrorist. The FBI came in and they said, hey, we need a combination, and they willingly gave it. So Liberty, all the FBI would have had to have done is give a subpoena, which yes, and they would have had to have given the code anyways with the subpoena.
Or with the subpoena, they could have got a safe cracker to come in, drill it, and pop it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And so Liberty got a whole bunch of crap for willingly giving the combination. And so...
But they had to subpoena, right?
Well, the subpoena wasn't given yet.
Okay.
But if they were going to fight the FBI and or the government, they don't have enough lawyers for that. They don't have enough money for that. So they got a lot of crap because they skipped a step. They didn't wait for the subpoena. And so me as a law-abiding citizen, I don't have anything illegal. And so I would have no problem with Liberty giving my combination. Yes, it's frowned upon, but I have nothing to hide. So if you give my combination to XYZ government entity, so be it. I'm not personally upset about it. But I do see where, I mean, we put a lot of faith in companies to keep our data safe and our stuff safe. But
It don't matter though, because like if any safe ever in the world, a locksmith will get into it. I
oh,
used to live
absolutely.
across the street from a locksmith that owns a company here, still going, and I went with him a couple times. And you have to register through a this one place to get this website, and it's every safe ever made, and they'll say 6 inches down,
Sure.
4 inches from the left, mark it, drill it, and he puts a thing in there. I've seen him pop all kinds of
Yeah.
safes, dude, just drilling a hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
if they want to get in, they'll get into a safe.
So I mean, if a criminal or a normal person, I mean, you or I, we forgot our combination. If we have enough time and the tools, I mean, we can get into our own
Right.
safes, and we're not safe crackers.
Right.
Like the Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg.
Right.
I mean, I can't think of what her name is.
Charlize Theron.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, her character can get into any safe, and her dad was in the movie could get into any safe as well.
Right.
So if a person has enough time, whether they manually do it or they use the tools, they're getting it.
Right. Yeah.
So
I wouldn't want
that's-
them to give my safe information out,
Well,
though.
me
Why
either.
even have a
Well, me
safe?
either. Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Well, it goes back to our last video. Keep the front doors unlocked. Let them come on in.
Can't do that either.
Can't do that either.
No
So
one wants to do that.
locks and safes keep the honest people honest. And that's exactly what it is. It keeps honest people honest.
Right. It's a deterrent.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, Hillary Clinton, when she like passed out on the campaign trail,
Yeah.
Okay, I like this guy's take on it. You know what I mean? Here's
Mhm.
just a fun little interesting one. You ready?
Yep.
I love his take on it,
Uh-huh.
dude. Who
Yeah.
was in that van where Hillary didn't want to get in?
Exactly.
Because
Didn't
on the
wanna
campaign trail back in the day, it was just everybody was like exhaustion, and what I mean, she lost a lot of points to Trump back in the day for
Mhm.
that whole thing, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah.
And I like the way whoever did that. I like the way his mind works. Like, who was in the van where she doesn't want to get in? Because you see that guy to her left pulling
Yep.
her towards it,
Exactly.
and she like falls
Exa-
before she wants. It's like someone's in there. She doesn't want to go see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could have been Monica.
Dude, I mean, could you just imagine, like, what if there was an evil overlord and
Sure.
he's sitting in the van going, "Hey,
Absolute-
get her in here," and she's like, "Oh
Yeah,
crap!" You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I like his take on that.
Absolutely.
Now, this last one, Hoover Dam, right? You know, Lake Mead's going dry right now.
Yes.
They're finding all kinds of dead bodies and stolen cars and stuff,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Now, this is a Hoover Dam. I guarantee you didn't know this about Hoover Dam because I didn't. Watch this. This one's crazy, guys. Watch this. Guy's a little bit of a dork, but watch this.
Like me.
Hoover Dam. So what, JT? It's a hydroelectric dam. So what? It blocks the Colorado River and creates Lake Mead. So what? And I'm going to show you so what. It's more than what it seems. Let's take a look. This is what? Yeah. Did you guys know that there was creepy angels on top of the Hoover Dam? Sitting on weird black cubes? Yeah, that's strange, right? What are they doing on top of the Hoover Dam? Maybe we should take a closer look at one of them. Yeah. That's weird, right? That's kind of ominous looking. Sinister even. What is that doing on top of the dam? Maybe we should look at some more pictures for some context, shall we? Yeah, okay, so there's a compass with astrology, some zodiac signs on it. Maybe the angels are related to the sign of Taurus? Maybe? I don't know, let's keep looking. Maybe it's this pyramid pointing out this strange word, Thuban. Actually, Thuban comes from an Arabic word that means large serpent or dragon. Huh, you guys making any connections? Large serpents, dragons, angels. Huh. I don't know. Maybe. Let's look at another picture. Hey, check it out. That's pretty cool. An eagle right in front of those angels. And the wings are kind of doing something a little odd. They're kind of going up and there's this light going backwards. You know what that kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a Freemasonry compass and square. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Suddenly, this is making a lot of sense. Let's take a look at one more picture. So what we have here is a memorial plaque to commemorate the over 100 men who lost their lives building this dam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find this inscription a little bit creepy. They to make the desert bloom.
Why?
I
Why all the symbolism?
Yeah.
Because there's something more in depth
Absolutely.
there that we don't know about.
I mean, our minds would explode for the stuff that we could even have any recollection of what happened in the past.
Right.
I mean, of the truth, not just, oh, this and this and this and this, but the actual truth behind dozens and dozens of events and structures and places and time.
And by the way, those obelisks, that's
Mhm.
copper. You can tell by the patina
Mhm.
on it, right? Copper, one of the best conductors besides gold
Sure.
of electricity,
Mhm.
right? Sitting on top of these weird black obelisks are on top of these weird black stones,
Mhm.
right? Freemasonry compasses with an eagle. It's weird. That's weird. It's can't be explained. I can't, but it's weird. That's weird, man. So hope you guys had a good time. We did, and we will come back at you with some more cool videos next time. Maybe we'll get into Freemasonry, get into some
Good.
more creepy TikToks. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for the support. Like, share, subscribe, all that, and we will see you next time.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.